There's a new drug on the rise. Her name is Molly, and everyone is looking for her. MDMA, an acronym for methylene dioxymethamphetamine, has been revived throughout American culture under the new name Molly. Originally known as ecstasy, it has been used by adults and adolescents in nightclubs and raves all over the United States. According to the University of Michigan's Monitoring the Future survey, more than 10% of high school seniors have tried MDMA at least once, and more than 2% have used the drug in the past month. The rise of MDMA usage has led to an increase of awareness and research. Its only therapeutic value exists in its potential to treat post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD. Besides this, MDMA is only used recreationally. Although used to amplify the user's reality, those taking Molly are unaware of its devastating effects. So what are some medical uses for MDMA? There's actually only one. Studies show that the illegal drug reduces PTSD symptoms. While not harming memory and concentration, nor inducing drug abuse, it seems that there is some hope in reducing it from Schedule 1 to Schedule 2 in the drug category. Besides this, there is relatively no medical usage, making MDMA an illegal street drug. It is generally sold as a tablet or capsule at the average retail price of $20 to $30 per dose, making it quite attractive and accessible for younger users. Despite Molly's typical use today as a recreational drug, it was originally intended as an appetite suppressant when German scientists synthesized it in 1912. It became available on the streets as an illegal drug in the 1980s, introducing itself to the youth of America. At the dawn of the 21st century, MDMA made a strong movement in the young, affluent white community. It was most often distributed at late-night parties, raves, nightclubs, and concerts. It acted as a stimulant and psychedelic, producing an energizing effect, as well as creating distortions in time and perception. MDMA does this by increasing the activity of the three neurotransmitters, serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine. The emotional and prosocial feelings that occur are caused by the large release of serotonin. It also is responsible for the feeling of empathy and closeness because it triggers the release of hormones oxytocin and vasopressin. Regardless of its stimulating effects, however, MDMA has some drawbacks. The surge of neurotransmitters causes them to deplete, causing negative after effects. These include confusion, depression, sleep problems, drug craving, and anxiety. Physical effects include muscle tension, involuntary teeth clenching, nausea, blurred vision, faintness, and chills or sweating. Fatalities related to MDMA have occurred when stimulating effects of the drug are combined with hot and crowded conditions. Users have died from dehydration, hyperthermia, and heart or kidney failure. Additionally, because of its illegality, MDMA is prone to being cut with other dangerous drugs. It has been known to be cut with ketamine, caffeine, cocaine, and methamphetamine. Despite these negative risks and effects, however, people will still use MDMA. Because no medical use of the drug can be currently proven, MDMA will thrive as an illegal street drug, fueling the adolescent and young adult nightlife. Former Vice President Spiro Agnew described this movement in the 1970s. With the rebirth of Molly, this movement exists today. And I quote, "The young, and by this I do not mean any stretch of the imagination all the young, but I am talking about those who claim to speak for the young, at the zenith of the physical power and sensitivity, overwhelm themselves with drugs and artificial stimulants. Subtlety is lost, and fine distinctions based on acute reasoning are carelessly ignored in a headlong jump to a predetermined conclusion. Life is visceral rather than intellectual, and the most visceral practitioners of life are those who characterize themselves as intellectuals." Thank you for watching, and have a good night.